just in case. You're not going to reach that top level, that top goal, if you are not a consistent part of the team, and if you are not a team player. Because we go out and talk about how incredible the community is, how incredible it is to have accountability, how incredible it is to be a part of a group of women that all support each other and want each other to level up. But you can't talk about all of those things, if you're not an active participant in those things. So I do just want to talk about, like, why are you here? So all in the chat real quick. I know we talk about this all the time, but I love it. I love hearing from all of you. Actually, why don't you just unmute yourself? You guys want to do that? Yeah, I like hearing from everybody. Okay, Sam, why don't you go first? You guys already heard why I'm here. I really want to, I wanted to give one other person that opportunity to get out of that dark place, and then it became addicting once I did that first person. So yeah, that's why we're here, and I have it tatted on me now. Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, I feel like my why is like always changing. But the initial reason why I started coaching, I watched Maddie for 2 years. And she was like exactly right with the whole me stalking her. It was like, I felt kind of creepy. I would consistently look up her page constantly. Didn't even know who she was, but it's fine. And the thing that actually got me to say yes was me like contemplating suicide and needing an outlet, needing something that was going to, like, I had nothing, like I had my own troubles with like my physical transformation after having my daughter and like everything like that. But the main reason why I started was like, I just needed something that gave me purpose and something that gave me the reason to get out of bed every single day. And having this as that outlet changed my entire life. And so I never feel icky sending an invite. I never feel icky following a person that might not exactly look like my tribe. Like, I think that everyone can benefit from this opportunity. And if it can help someone a fraction of what it's helped me, then I'm satisfied with that. So that's my why in a nutshell.
Freaking amazing. Yeah, that needs to be recorded and just on repeat for new coach training. Livy, did you say you wanted to go next? No. I can see Paige. I saw Paige's eyes first. Paige, you want to go? Just unmute yourself. There you go.
Oh, hi guys. I've been kind of MIA for like 2 weeks now, and I feel bad about it. I just got married this past Saturday, so
I was just gonna say, you just freaking got married. Let's
thank you. And so I had to take just a break from social media, like mental, but I don't know, Sam's story just got me like shaking. Holy shit. Okay. My story, my why, I guess, I had weight loss surgery. I was extremely obese, and I was struggling, and I still struggle with, it's called body dysmorphia. And I got to a point where I was like, okay, this surgery didn't solve everything. And I realized like I needed to do something about it. And I followed Maddie on Instagram, y'all, for 3 years. She saw me go through my surgery transformation, and I was like, I don't need this program. I had surgery. I'm going to be cool. I'm good. And then I was like, bitch, no, you do need it. And signed up. And then she was like, you're already talking about your journey anyways, Paige. Why don't you just sign up and be a coach? And I was like, you know what? You're right. And so here I am. So, yeah. And my why is to help people like me to realize, like, no matter what, like, just because you struggle, and like people with me who thought that surgery was going to be the fix all, it's not. You got to put in the work every single day. So, yeah.
I love that. I think that your story is so freaking unique, and that's what I said to Paige when like right before she got started. I was like, your story needs to be told, because we do live in a society now where that is a lot more normal, and there's so many girls out there that are underrepresented and that need to hear Paige's story and need to hear that, like, you know, having this community and having, you know, a plan and really, you know, relearning those healthy habits is what is going to, you know, help you really prosper and get to your goals. So I love that. I love that so much. And Paige literally has like the biggest heart. So I'm so excited to watch you thrive, and you looked amazing in your wedding dress. Like, whoa, so beautiful. I cried watching. If you haven't gone and watched her like videographer's video, it was like, I don't even know, probably not even a minute long, and I was like bawling. So go ahead and go watch that. Do yourself a favor. All right, Danny, I see you next. You want to share yours? Oh, I think there you go.
Am I? Okay. Mine's a little different. I graduated with a degree in fitness and wellness, so I always thought, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I literally was like, online programs are stupid, like, why would I do that? I felt like I wasn't gonna get a workout from it, and I literally was like looking back at my highlights, like when I first did my first program with Beachbody, and I was drenched in sweat, and I was like, oh my God, like, A, I'm super out of shape, but B, like, that was legit, that was a workout. And for me, like, I've always been able to go to a gym and do a workout, and that's never been an issue, but it was more so like the accountability of like Maddie and then the team. And then I actually started with, I mean, I didn't know that it was Beachbody, obviously, sneaky. Maddie reached out to me when I was studying abroad, and I was in Spain, and I was traveling, and we all know how much she loves travelers. So she was like, oh my gosh, I love that you travel. And she didn't try to like sign me up for anything, but I did like a week-long, it was supposed to be like a mindset and booty workout boot camp. And I needed that so badly. Like, I'm in Spain, and I was going to Fitbox, which was like all in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, for like anybody who's wondering. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. So I'm like learning my lesson right as I'm like punching bags, and I don't know what's happening. And my mindset, I've never been homesick, and I lived in a foreign country for 5 months, and I didn't speak the language. So like, I was so mentally gone that like fitness was like hitting a wall for me. And so I needed that to like bring me back to like, this is what you love to do, this is what you need to do. And so then once I came back, she was like, what are you doing for your workouts? And I'm like, I'm paying this girl I went to college with like almost $200 a month to train me. I'm like, I don't want to be a bikini like stage whatever. Like, what am I doing with this? I don't know. I go to the gym with her, and I know exactly how to do what she's making me do. And she's like, you're being overcharged, and like, you should sign up for this yesterday. Like, what are you doing? So I did. And now I'm here, and now I'm like struggling with balancing everything in my life. But this has been such like a good, consistent, like, I think of it as like, sorry, this is super long and I'm ranting, but like when you're walking a dog and they're like on a leash and they don't know how to be on a leash and they're like pulling everywhere. This is like, you guys are like my trainer. You're pulling me back, and then I like scamper off, and then you're like pulling me back. And that is like, this is why I'm so thankful for you guys, because I feel like I've been MIA for a hot minute. And it's not that I'm like sitting on my couch eating potato chips all day long. Like, I've been doing all these new things, and it's been so exciting, but I haven't been here. And I feel really guilty about it. So I'm really glad that I'm on this call. And my why is to help people realize that doesn't matter your education, your background, or like where you come from with fitness, it's a mental thing more than it is anything else. And that's like saved my life more times than not. So that's my why. That's why I'm here. Sorry, that was really long.
You don't never need to say sorry, especially in front of Liv. But that was amazing. I'm glad I did click record on this. I hope you guys don't mind, but I clicked record on this. But I think this is all something that you guys should all go back and watch in like a week or in a couple months or in 6 months, you know, like, consistently coming back to our reasons why. And like Sam said, our why is always going to change, but that first reason of why you got started, it's so important. And I love that part of your story. I totally forgot we did the free group, and that was, maybe we should do another one. Maybe we should do another one. It was a mindset and booty group that I did, and it was actually awesome. I think I had like quite a few people in there, and it was really fun. So maybe that's something to reconsider, is a free group. And it's funny because Danny was part of a free group, and Paige was part of one of my clean week groups, which is like you get $30 for the shakes and workouts and meal plan and stuff. So. And Erin was too. She's a new coach, but she's kicking butt too. So, maybe, sometimes we get those price objections and we're just kind of like, oh, well, I don't want to say this badly, but like we have these standards of like, we want to help people who want a full investment in themselves, the 160 at least. But sometimes people do need that little gateway of like what we have to offer and how transformative it is, and how much the accountability and having the team and how much it really can change your life to have everybody and just have a simple plan to follow, and Shakeology, obviously, because I don't know how anybody goes a day without it. Legitimately, if I could drink 10 a day, I would. Anyways, okay, next person. Libby, you want to go?
I'm struggling right now with my why. I don't know. It's okay. Like, my journey's been so long. Like,
yeah.
Because I was a part of the community in the beginning. Sort of. Like, I signed up as a discount coach. I needed the discount. I said yes to Maddie just for whatever the heck it was that she was getting me into. Like, I didn't really know what it was, completely. Like, I didn't understand that, like, I was a discount coach, I guess. Like, but I was at the lowest point in my life, when all of it came in. And I think that's true for all of us. I had just left like my relationship. I moved into a new apartment. I started going like on campus to this school that was massive, and like I had zero confidence from the relationship that I was in, that like made me just like have no sense of self. So I was just going through all these transitions, and then this came in and it was like a huge, just like a constant for me. And I have this note that I wrote on the first day of 21 Day Fix. I was like, I don't know if this is possible, but like, I feel like this has already changed the game for me. But then after that, I kind of like fell off or whatever for like 6 months, and then did 80 Day Obsession. But I would say most recently, my why, something that's been very important to me with coaching, is it's actually like really helped me deepen my connection with myself. I have had some stuff happen in my life, and like that I usually would run away from and pretend like didn't happen. And I literally, like, because I was a coach, I posted about it so that it would hold me accountable to like going to a counselor, because after like some shit went down, like I wanted to pretend like it never, ever, ever happened. And so it definitely has like held me accountable for my own healing.
I love that. I love that so much. One thing that Livy and I talk about a lot is, I wish I would have shared my struggles more openly. There's been a lot of times where I've gone through some really not fun stuff, and I have been that person to kind of retreat, and I think that's why I said that so forcefully on our call today, was because I am that person that wants to hide in the hole when things are tough and not share. And I wish that I would have, because I know that the times when you do open up and the times when you all are vulnerable are the exact times that you relate to so many people, because they recognize that you're not some perfect human being. And so I really look to live in these times, when I do, want to go back to that, like that normal pattern, that normal habit of retreating and being by myself and not sharing. Livy has really opened that door for me even more and held me more accountable for sharing all of the tough times. So I love that. Molly, do you want to share real quick?
Yes. So I got started at first I started coaching because I wanted to, it was kind of like a discount coach basically. And I wanted to pay for my products. But when I first got started with Beachbody, it was really because like really some of what I think Danny was saying, like I was in this transition, like I moved to a brand new city. I had just started my grad program, and like every time I tried to get myself into a healthy routine, like if I'm kind of a perfectionist, so like if I fell off the wagon for a day, I would just be like, okay, I suck. And like, I was just done. And I would just always hear Brandy like talk about these groups and this accountability. And like, I just like physically felt so much love from the community right away. And I just automatically fell in love with it. And that's what I want to give to people. And just like having the structure of the program and how realistic it is, like I don't think many people realize how doable and sustainable it is, and it's just incredible. And so I want to give that to other people too.
Yes, that was, I couldn't find my unmute thing. That was so good. I feel like that was so quick and so like concise. It was like perfect. Yeah, I've gone through so many freaking transitions. I had a girl message me like yesterday, and she's like, well, I'm moving, and like I'm I'm moving and things. It's been really hard to like keep a routine and stuff. And I'm like, girl, I have literally moved 13 times in the past 3 years, maybe more than that. I kind of lost count after a while, but like it's a lot. So I totally get it. And yeah, the fact that this is such a realistic, sustainable thing to have, and it is that constant for us. And that is one reason that I obviously am still here, is the fact that through all of those moves, through all of those crazy life changes and events and, just crazy circumstances that have come about, this has been the one thing that I could always lean into and kind of, I don't want to say escape from the real world, but sometimes it kind of serves that purpose, is like, this is my happy place. Like my business is my happy place, my happy people, like, and so having that constant and that love from the community, like you said, you can't get it. I've never experienced it really anywhere else. And that has been a huge part through all of my moves and all of my transitions and all the times where I just hopped in my car and drove for hours on end. I knew that I could just stop anywhere in the country and have somebody to stay with. So like, I love that. I love that so much. Christine, I see that your middle name is is it Madeline or Madeline?
Madeline.
Mine is Madeline, but we can still be friends.
There you go. Yeah, it's okay. Just phonetics, right? So I feel like my why is kind of weird, and it's because so I'm a power lifter. And I love lifting weights. It's like, that's like has been my happy place for a long time. And like, long story short, it's because my house was messed up in a hurricane in 2012, and I developed an eating disorder, and then I was in the hospital, and then I was like, I don't want to die. So then I got into weightlifting because it was all about what you're physically capable of rather than the way you look. And that's like a huge important thing for me. So how I got into Beachbody was really funny, because I had been asked by probably 4 or 5 different people to join, because I like knew that I wanted to use social media to connect with people and to help them with their problems, but I'm also really poor, and the whole house destroyed by hurricane situation is not resolved yet. So like, I already was using Instagram to try to make inspirational posts about body positivity and wellness and mindset and stuff. And like, all these people kept seeing it and messaging me like, you have to do what I do. You have to be like an online coach and stuff. And I was like, first of all, I don't want to work for a company that's called Beachbody, because that sounds like some body shaming stuff.
And then like once I actually learned what it was, I kind of realized like, okay, wait, this is actually about helping people be healthy and have like access to fitness. Because I feel like with the current fitness industry, like how everyone's getting into fitness, it can kind of feel exclusive sometimes, where people who aren't fit can't be part of fitness, when in reality, like we all know here, you have to like exercise to be healthy. So once I realized that, I was more intrigued, but it still felt wrong until I found Brandy. And my cousin actually found Brandy and then sent Brandy's account to me saying, you have to sign up with her. I don't know why, but just do it. And I was like, okay, fine. And when I first talked to Brandy, I like sent her a message and I was like, I heard you're a coach. Like, I also want to be a coach, but I have to be real with you. I don't feel right about Beachbody for some reason. And so like the first conversation was very direct, and I pretty much threw out all of my objections, and she like shot them all down and was like, no, this isn't what you think it is. This is awesome. And you can make it into whatever you want it to be. And so that's kind of how I joined. So I feel like for me, my why is that I want to connect with people and I want to distinguish what they're struggling with. I want them to love themselves. I want them to feel confident in their bodies and excited to be alive. And like, I feel at the bottom of my heart, but I don't really know how to communicate it to people. And that's the area where I'm struggling with most. Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I can connect with people on an emotional level, but I don't feel super relatable sometimes. But I'm a little insecure. I'm going to admit it. I'm working on it. And I think that might be something that comes through sometimes. And I think that's the biggest like self thing that I have to work on. But yeah, that's my why.
That was amazing. Like, wow. You're going to keep growing. Personal development is going to be huge. What are you reading now? What are you listening to now?
So I listened to The Universe Has Your Back, but I listened to it on drives to work. So I actually didn't have a chance to do the meditations.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back now and sit down and actually do all the meditations.
Yeah.
That's like my next step.
For sure. One thing you said, wow. A lot of things you said, but one thing was, it was based upon what you are capable of and not how you look. And that needs to be like fucking written all over. Like, that is this business. This business is not about like it's not about how you look. What I love about Beachbody is there's a lot of top coaches that like, what is her name? Starts with a T, doesn't it? She spoke at one of my Super Saturdays. She is now like a plus size model for, I forget whatever legging company it is, but cannot remember her name. I know it starts with a T. But it's not about, how she looks or like how pretty anybody is. Like in the very beginning of Beachbody, it was almost like kind of like this typical, like if you were a top coach, you were like this blonde, beautiful like lady. But in Beachbody now, like you can literally be who you are, and that's literally how you are successful, is being you, is literally your superpower. And it's what you're capable of. Like literally any person can be successful at this. So I loved that part. All right, Alexandra, I want to hear from you, love.
Wait, Danny had something to say.
Oh. Yeah, go ahead.
You said something about how you feel like you can't like show how you connect with people on Instagram. Is that what you were saying? Like when you're going through stuff or like being inspirational to others? I can't tell you like how many times I've had, like even on the days when I feel like I'm not even posting anything, like I'll just post like a random quote or a picture, and sometimes people will reach out to me and be like, hey, like I just want you to know, like I love watching whatever you're going through, like regardless of if they are curious or want to join, like because I don't really push it on people at all, and I don't reach out half as much as I should. But all the people who are in my life that pay attention to that, like will tell me like, I look to you for inspiration, or like I look to you because I know that you're going to work out today and I wanted that motivation for myself. So like, don't worry about how other people see it. Just like continue to do it for you. and that'll shine through and people will recognize that. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. The other day I posted in Team Excelsior, like, all of these, kind of like excuses and like, I'm not enough, like, I don't know what to post, I don't know what to say. Those are all lies. Literally, your story, whatever you're going through, you showing up is enough. You're enough. Like, whatever you have to offer today, whether that's you showing a recipe, or you just showing your food, or you just showing your workout, or you just posting a quote, literally whatever you have to offer today, that's enough. You showing up for yourself is enough. Yeah, so I love that. I love that, Danny. All right, Alex. Wait, tell me again. What do your friends call you? I put it in my phone, I think.
Oh, everyone calls me Zandy.
I love that. I love that. Her
Yeah.
name on Instagram, guys, is, wait, do you say it Zandillion?
Zandelion.
Duh.
Yeah, like dandelion, but with a Z.
I love that. That's so freaking cute.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself, girl.
All right. Well, I kind of was the same as Sam, because Maddie followed me probably like a year ago or longer, maybe. And you just started talking to me then, and I was like, wow, like, she is very like passionate and just on top of things. And at that time I was not, and I kept saying like, no, like, I was studying abroad, I was doing all these things, I was in college, and I just made excuses. And then this past like towards the beginning of the year, I was just going through a lot of like anxiety and depression, more than I had, in a long time. And my best friend, I'm a quiet person. I don't share, what I'm going through with anyone really. My best friend, I've known her for 10 years, and I was finally opening up to her about like my depression and everything. She's like, I really think like you need help. And I was like, I don't want to go on meds. I don't want to do that to be happy. Like, I don't want that for myself. And so I think back in March, I started going to the gym, and Maddie started reaching out to me again around that time, which was like perfect timing. It was like, yeah, it was perfect. And so I shared a little bit just about my depression and everything, and she was just like, you need to do this. And I was like, I don't know. Even now I'm kind of like a little anxious and kind of doubting myself, because I've never done anything like this. Like, I don't know. I'm just me trying to figure out life and, doing things on my own. And yeah, so that's where I'm at right now.
I love all of that. And you just saying, you're like, I'm just trying to figure things out and I'm a little anxious. That's literally all of us. That's called being a human being. Yeah, so you're so freaking cute, and I'm so excited that you're here. For those of you who don't know, Zandy just joined us a couple weeks ago and is just getting started and on her own journey and as a new coach. So I'm so excited to have her here, and she's been a freaking rock star already. She has gotten on like the team calls, the Emerald call, and the power hours, and awesome, and all of that. So I see a light in you, girl, and you just have to know that you're never alone. Like I said, you're never ever alone. We're all here. Obviously, I'm so glad that you're here, and you're here for a reason, to hear all of our stories and the fact that we've been there, and this is why we do what we do, because we want to pass this on to other people. And I am already looking forward to when you're getting on like a team call. I can already envision it. I feel like that's my superpower, is I can already envision all of you as your highest self. So when I can already envision you like leading a team call and being like this confident, strong, like powerful, and not and talking about how, this first time I ever spoke on a team call, I was super shy and like super quiet, and I talked about my anxiety and depression, and then you're gonna get on a team call and just be like, I'm a fucking rock star, I'm amazing, and my team is killing it, and I have all of these beautiful ladies. Like, I can't wait for that. But that's literally, I love your story, and I'm so grateful that you decided to finally do this with me. And hearing all of your stories gets me emotional, and I'm probably going to go like write in my journal for like an hour and talk about I'm just extremely grateful. Every single Sunday when I see your faces on here, like it really is almost like a surreal like moment of wow, like I could never have really imagined this like 3.5 years ago when I was that girl that was incredibly anxious and going to the doctor's office all the time. And, just I was hiding under, giant sweatpants and sweatshirts every day. And I was a loner and didn't talk to anyone. And I was that quiet, shy person. And now I get to pass that on, and to have all of you on here, it's just amazing. I'm really extremely grateful, and I love all of you so much, and I love hearing all of your whys, and it really just reminds us of why we are here and the fact that we have this community to pass on to others, because who was it, Molly, I think said it, just every single person deserves that. Every single person deserves to feel this love from other people, and to know that they're not alone. So I'm grateful for all of you. If you want to talk about anything else, we have 8 minutes left, but I think this was really necessary, and I'm glad you guys jumped on for the second part of it just for funsies, because just talking to each other, just letting out what we have on our mind, that was something I meant to ask on the team call was, what's going on in your life right now? Like, what's something really awesome? I think as as a team, and as we really do become best friends, and with everybody, we all get busy. Like our lives are all crazy busy all the time. We all have a million things going on. So I think it is fun to just like come together and be like, hey, like what's awesome that's going on in your life? Like what's something really cool that happened? Yeah, so post in the chat real quick. Like what is something really cool that's going on? Livy met an amazing guy. Something I'm excited about is just like going to see my mom this week. I haven't seen her since December, so I'm Danny. I'm pumped about that. This past week, something amazing. I watched a lot of playoff games, which were pretty exciting. I cooked a lot of really good food. Basically, my life revolves around like food and music, so. My hours at work got cut, which means I can put more energy into my business. I love that you are looking on the bright side and already looking for that positive. Hell yeah. Time to go change some lives. I got to go to 3 baseball games, got a raise and perfect review at work. Look at you go, girl. Almost made a bumble. That's so funny. I'm pumped about my future. Going on vacation literally showed me what's possible and that I will achieve at the end of this year. North Carolina, here I come. I know, watching you go on that, I was like, she's meant to be there. You're meant to be there. You're meant to move. Like, yeah, it's going to happen. It's so exciting to think about. Also had an interview this Thursday with a performing arts high school. So cool. All right, guys, and I should have done this second, but yeah.
I just want to say that the fact that Sam came back from that vacation with that mindset, for me, every single time I came back from a vacation, a team event, anything like that, I came back and was depressed as fuck. And literally every time would call, like, when I got back from the Diamond Retreat, I called Maddie and said, I hate my life. Like, I would come back from those things and just would fucking hate everything and would stop work. I mean, like, I would still show up on my social media, but like I stopped where it would make me stop working my business. And like, I just want to say like how huge that is, Sam, that like you are back and like you're on this call, you're gonna work, like you're not letting that like snowball happen, because like, geez, man, like my business would shoulda, coulda, woulda, like no regrets, but like, everything happens for a reason. But damn, if I would have just gotten out of my own way like that.
Yeah, it's always the answer. It's always a solution. Yeah, and I think we all go into that of like, we go on these trips and we go on these amazing vacations and stuff, and then we get back and we're like, oh, fuck, real life. But that can be your real life if you just dive deeper into this and let that fuel your why instead of take away from it. It's almost as if I can do two things for you, push you or hold you back. Yeah. Oh, you guys, my heart is so full. I needed this just as much as you guys did, and I really hope you took something away from this. And even just like telling your why again, you're gonna the funny thing about this business is you're gonna tell your story a million times over. Do you know what marketing is? Telling your story over and over and over in different ways. So if anything, tonight was just practice, and the more you do it, the more confident you're going to become. So, like, what's one thing that you really want to stay accountable for this week? Post it in the chat. I honestly need to do a new PD book. I finished my book like 2 weeks ago, and I've just been kind of hopping around, and I totally noticed like a different, like I'm not as like all in if I'm not in one book. Tell a story, connect a tribe, lead a movement, make a change. PD, Danny said, all right, I'm going to make a post in Team Excelsior after this about like what you want to stay more accountable for, like one thing you would like the team to kind of hold you to, and then what you're going to also bring to the team. So what are you going to bring to the team this week? Like, what is your strength that you're going to bring? Liv said, dare to leave. We're doing it. Who wants to read it? Dare to lead. Oh, yeah. I started a leadership book the other day, but it was not really, I don't know, I'm just not vibing with it. Planning podcasts to listen to. Girl, I don't even know if you need to plan. I feel like whatever you need, you will be oh, nice. She's already got it. You will be drawn to on that day. Getting back into my routine, workouts and Shakeology daily. All right, Paige. So what time you doing them? When you doing them? You doing them in the mornings? Sending invites, doing things for me, for my health, and being example for others. Power hours, you'll be drawn to it. Yeah, guys, remember, okay, we have 2 minutes left on here, but Monday through Thursday, I hold a power hour every single night. And that just means I know a couple of you are new, but that just means I get on here, and just like tonight, I'm on here, except I'm just working. And I help you guys work and get through everything on your tracker. So get on. Whenever you're free, get on. Like, let's just chill together. Let's get some work done. It's so much more fun to work together. I know it can be like, sometimes you get into this like funk of like, I don't want to sit down and work. I don't want to have to send my invites or connect or whatever. And that's when you need to, reconnect to this why and jump on. I'm here every single night, every night. Absolutely, Christine. I post in, I know Brandy's a part of Team Excelsior, so I post the link in there every night. I hold them at 8 p.m. Eastern, so every Monday through Thursday, every night. So you guys can absolutely hop on. I love more the merrier. All right, let's take a quick picture. I'm so proud of you guys for jumping on. Smile. So freaking cute. I love you guys so much. Let's go out and really go after this week. Let's really give it our all. Let's share the good. Let's share the bad. And let's just be the light. Let's be the light this week. All right. I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.